Welcome to It's a Matter of Music, a show that takes you down the roads traveled by creators and artists searching for the doors in and out of the music business. Hosted by songwriter, poet, and storyteller John Gray, and brought to you by It's a Matter of Music Publishing Company, where melodies are wrapped around life. Now, here's John.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ecstatically excited today because I get to share the studio with the one and only Hunter Girl. How in the world are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm so happy that you're here.
It's been crazy.
Your life.
Yeah.
5 years ago, she was in the studio and on the stage at South Jackson Civic Center to do some songs, and Peggy Burton and I looked at each other and just went, that's a star right there. And now here you are.
Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy ride, crazy year, and it's just been awesome. I've only been back a few months.
Have you, how long, and what I'll do is just ask some simple questions that you probably answered 1,000 times. How long did this process take from deciding, okay, I'm going to try to be on American Idol to the end of it?
The end of it. Yeah.
How many months was it, or years?
It was, so it kind of happened in a weird way. Like, I'd auditioned whenever I was younger, like 16, 17, and obviously I didn't make it at that point. And then I got an email about it this year, and somebody's like, you should audition. And I was like maybe I was going to think about it. And because we'd just gotten out of COVID and everything, and I was still trying to basically restart my life in Nashville, you know, shows were just opening up again, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And the next night, I was playing a show about 10 minutes from the house. It's one of the shows where you're carrying your sound system like all across a parking lot.
Of course.
And you know, you're singing to bar stools most of the time. And a girl came up to me at the end of my show, and she was like, hey, I used to be a producer on American Idol, and I think you should audition this year. And I was like, okay, I get the sign. I think I'm going to audition this year. And I was like, okay, God. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to audition and see what happens. And that was about a year ago. It started around, I guess, June or July of last year is whenever I first started auditioning for the show.
Well, and then so we're talking about a year just about for that whole process to take place, and then Miss First Platinum Ticket ever.
That was crazy.
Goes and Luke Bryan gets out of his chair and dances around her and says, "This is the best female voice I've heard in 5 years." It was
it was a wild day, like, because I had no idea what was going on. Like, it was the first audition day, and my mama was with me, and because I got to bring a parent along, and so, you know, the whole day you're just sitting there and you're just waiting. Everybody's singing everywhere, and you're just like, what is going on? And you're getting pulled into interviews, you know, them asking about your life, and so just I was one of the last ones that first day, and I walked in, and I started singing the song. I was scared to death walking in there. My mom was about to have a heart attack. And whenever I was just sitting up there, started singing Rascal Flatts, and I was nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? The judges are so pretty. What is going to happen? And then whenever they told me to raise the key, that's whenever I got comfortable. I was like, okay. I was like, it just felt like I was just getting to talk to some of my best friends and hang out.
Talk to a star?
Oh
like you've known them your whole life.
Yeah, I was just like, they're just three new friends, no big deal. And, you know, and after that, when we started talking to them, and they were like, raise the key. And I was like, okay, because it felt like I was just still down at Daddy Billy's hanging out with like people that I grew up with and just learning how to play music. And I think it's cool that all those years, you know, I started playing when I was 14 full time, and I was still going to school, and just those moments where you learn those kind of things, and it really paid off whenever I was in the audition room.
Well, and the thing about it is, a lot of people say, well, look at there's a who is that? There's a overnight star. There are no overnight stars. Everybody that gets to that point has done what you've done. They started at 12, 13, 14 years old, and they're playing. I know friend that we both have, Chase Clanton.
Yeah.
You know, his mom and dad, and I'm sure your mom and dad probably had to take you some places to play because you couldn't go by yourself.
Oh yeah, no, mom and dad always would drive me everywhere. We were driving everywhere at one point, and you know, I was still like about to start. I guess I just started high school, and I was traveling around playing shows on the weekends with my parents. And then, you know, during the week, you know, I was playing Daddy Billy's here in Tullahoma. I was playing Oasis in Winchester, you know, just everywhere. In the marina is where I really started actually playing with a full band.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Well, you know, what was said more than once, but I think Katy Perry was the one that said it first, was your voice cuts through. And it does. There's that sharp, edgy kind of quality to your voice that is just different, and it cuts through. I mean, it gets people's attention.
Yeah.
And that's the most, you know, the song, it's, you know, to me, music, the song, it's all about the song.
Yeah.
First. You know, you have to have that story, and that's something else that I appreciate about you. We've lost a lot of our storytellers with modern music. And a lot of the things, when you end up, the song's over, you really don't know what it was all about.
Yeah.
But you still like the story song and to tell people something with your words and the way you present them. And I think that's very important.
Oh,
and you're writing.
Yes, I've been writing a lot here recently. Working on an EP that I hope will be coming out soon, and then working on a single. So hopefully going to have some new music out pretty soon. Now,
when I know that, what, Redbird?
Yes,
You're going to do Redbird for us here a little bit later on in the show. Now, when that came out, that went to #1.
Yeah.
And #1, what does that mean? You know, there's so many ways there's #1.
Yes. So it was #1 on iTunes chart.
Okay.
And that was incredible. And then I went on. I looked at Billboard, which is like the that's the main chart. And it was, I think it was like at #5, and it was crazy because it was like that was within country on Billboard, but within iTunes it was incredible because it was all genres of music being #1, and it was on a day where all music released. And so just like
incredible.
A small town girl from over here in Winchester being #1 all genre,
playing on the dock out on the lake.
Yeah, it's crazy just because you're sitting there and you're next to you know, like people like Blue Bryan, and then you have like different pop artists like Lizzo and Katy Perry, and it's everything it encompassed in the all genre chart. And so it was crazy to be #1 that day.
Now, do you, and I'm going to ask some questions because I just don't know, and I'm sure that these people out here don't know either.
Yeah.
Do you have a quote unquote record deal right now?
Everything's kind of complicated right now.
Okay.
But yeah. So, but I guess I'll have more info soon.
I guess the American Idol, that group has some kind of a little bit of a hold or tie on you to a certain extent for a little while. Or at least helping you. They're helping. Oh
yeah,
you.
The American Idol's been really good to me. Like I cannot complain at all, just because like within the show, some of the kind of the behind the scenes stuff, American Idol, they really encouraged me to sing an original song on the show, because we were having to do different rounds where we have different topics, obviously, every week. And so I'd send in songs, and then I would just kind of talking to one of the producers, and I was like, hey, I just want to know what you think of this song, because it was an original song of mine. Not even talking about being able to play it, because I didn't think we could at that point. And she calls me and she was like, hey, do you want to do your original, which was Heartbreak Down, for Top 20? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so it was really cool to get to play an original that early on in the show. Within the live shows. It was my first live show playing my original song. So that was really, really cool, and they've encouraged me.
You know, your background and your work and your study and your banging guitars and over clanking beer bottles and whatever, you know, showed up on that show because you seemed almost untouchable by the pressure. it looked like from watching the television screen that you handled the pressure as well as anybody in the whole thing.
Oh,
and
thank you.
It was really impressive how you did that and how you did it. Number one, easily, and that to me, as to it did the rest of the country, proved this is just a real person here who is good at what she does, and she's honest with her emotions, and that sells, because that's what we, the listening audience, want to hear, and not a bunch of put on stuff, but a real deal, and that's what you are.
Oh, thank you.
And it was really enjoyable to watch and see you travel through that maze.
Yes, it definitely was a maze, and there were definitely a lot. There was, especially towards the end, it just got more and more intense, schedule-wise, and so it was hard some days, and luckily the other contestants were always there for each other. That's what was so cool about it. I had all these best friends going through the same situation, and so when somebody went home, people were like, "Oh, it's a competition," but then you're crying your eyes out because you've had this friend for about a year now that you've basically spent 24/7 with. So
And the thing about it is, I would say just about everybody in the top 10 will get benefit out of being on that show.
Yeah.
Because even if they didn't make it down to win or whatever, the exposure that they get, and nobody was bad.
Yeah, everybody this season was awesome. Like within talent wise and people wise. Like I was on a very lucky season that we all got along really well.
Okay. Well, what we'll do right now is take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back and get you to play us a song.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker hordes.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and I am pleased again today to be with Hunter Girl from Winchester, Tennessee. Having her in the studio is just outstanding. You wrote a song, well, one of many of the songs that you write. You write all the time, and put it out, and it's called Redbird.
Yes.
And it went #1.
Yeah, it was crazy. It went #1 on the iTunes charts right after the finale of American Idol, and it was just incredible because that song, if you asked me what my heart was on a plate, it would be that song. So definitely important for me and my family.
Okay, well, I want you to play that for us.
Okay, I can do that for you.
Wonder Girl.
Mama told me when I was a kid, when a redbird flies, close your eyes, make a wish. Right around the time my faith went missing, praying for an angel, but the wings look different. God, if you're listening, could you send me one down? 'Cause I can use a redbird right now, one from the other side of the clouds. I'm feeling lost and empty, letting me know that you're still with me by sending someone up in heaven down to earth for just a second. I know you know it's all gonna be alright. If it ain't too much, could you just give me a sign? Redbird, fly. This world's so dark, it's like all the colors gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm fighting on my own. Then I see all I need in a pine tree out of blue. It reminds me your time is better than mine. I know it's true, but I can use a redbird right now, one from the other side of the clouds. I'm feeling lost and empty, letting me know that you're still with me by sending someone up in heaven down to earth for just a second. I know you know it's all gonna be alright. If it ain't too much, could you just give me a sign? Redbird, Mama told me when I was a kid, when a redbird flies, close your eyes, make a wish. Here it is, I can use a redbird now, one from the other side of the clouds. I'm feeling lost and empty, letting me know that you're still with me. Send someone up in heaven down to earth for just a second. I know you know it's all gonna be alright. If it ain't too much, could you just give me a sign? Redbird,
Yeah, that happened right here. Right here.
Right here.
Right here. Yes, sir, it did. How incredible.
Thank you.
You know, outstanding song, too.
Thank you so much.
Really, really good song.
Thank you.
We all need a redbird from time to time,
Yes,
don't we?
that's what my mom always, like, it's literally how the song is how it happened. My mom told me that when I was little. My great granny always said that, and Actually, whenever I was driving to see the first episode of American Idol, which is the one I was on, I was scared to death driving home. This is where the song came out. I started praying, and I was like, hey, I know you know everything's going to be okay, but could you just let me know? Just talking to God and just overthinking. I didn't think people were going to like me. I didn't think it sounded good, just, being human. And a red bird flew in front of my window in my car, and then another one until I got home. And I came back to Nashville the next week and wrote that song, and then flew out to LA.
And they say there's no angels. Oh, what do you mean? They show up in all kinds of different ways, don't they?
Yeah, we're lucky.
We are very lucky. We're very lucky. How? And speaking about lucky, how are you finding the living in the creative world? I know a friend of mine, Teddy Bart, who wrote a blog called the Creative Person's Guide, Survival Guide, about how difficult it is to be a creative in society, because people go, well, when are you going to get a real job? What, How are you finding all that, traveling through this creative world that you put yourself in because you worked hard?
Yeah.
But you have some redbird God-given talent too now.
Thank you.
But how's all that working out for you?
It's definitely different now than it was whenever I was younger. Whenever I was playing shows and everybody's like, yeah, like you need, like I've heard different people say, oh, like it's never going to happen. Everybody tries to make it in music, and and just taking that moment and be like, okay, well, I will. I'm going to work hard and I'm going to figure it out as much as I can. Music's funny in a way. There's not a certain path. It's honestly, I think 70% hard work and 30% luck.
Sure, sure. And that song, Kenny Chesney had a song called The Tin Man.
Yeah.
When he first came out, which I think is one of the most beautiful songs ever written. Mm-hmm. I would put it up there with any of them. And then he just sort of disappeared. Mm-hmm. And you tried out for American Idol and didn't make it, and sort of disappeared from that, and went and worked and came back, and now you're where you are.
Yeah.
And Kenny Chesney sort of did the same thing, into a mega star, because you don't give up.
Yeah.
It's real easy to quit, and quitting never gets you anywhere.
That's for sure.
But to stay the course and try to survive financially and have an apartment and have gas for your car and food and whatever, it's a tough deal.
It's hard. You sacrifice a lot. I was in school. I was going to college at MTSU, and I was playing on Broadway right after class until 2 a.m. and then I had 8 a.m. class the next day. So it just, you have to, I think you just choose your hard. Honestly.
Now, what was your degree in at MTSU?
Music business.
Music business, which that's very smart.
Well, I needed some business sense, and so that's why I went. But I'm so glad I did. A lot of my professors, they're so awesome, so kind. I still talk to them all the time, and
Get a little help every now and then.
Oh,
a little advice.
Yes, whenever, and I'm an honorary professor there. No, I tell that to everybody, because during whenever I went back for hometown visit for American Idol, MTSU gave me my professor.
Yes, I remember
I don't know if it's a degree or like something, but I tell everybody. I drive everybody crazy with it. My family can't put up with me.
We mentioned just a minute ago, and I want you to spend a little bit more time toward the end of the show talking about your music and what you've got ahead of you and what you're working on. And you say you've got some exciting news coming up soon that you can't really say a whole lot about, but there's some stuff happening, and you're working hard, right? Yeah,
working hard. I hadn't really taken a break since I got back from the show. But yeah, working on a lot of new music. I've been writing a lot, and then playing shows. It's just been insane, and this year it's just been so incredible. And so everybody keep their eyes and ears open, because maybe new music will be coming sooner than you think.
And then you're going to be you'll continue to do shows. You and Noah are doing some shows together, which I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, we start pretty soon. Yeah, but yeah, it'll be a blast.
And a lot of that's in Kentucky, I believe, isn't it?
I think we have one show in Kentucky, and we're going to be in like Chicago, Kentucky,
really?
Ohio.
That's cool. Yeah,
it's going to be everywhere. So it's going to be a lot of fun getting to see different states and everything too.
Eat the pastrami sandwich in Chicago.
Oh my gosh!
Really good pastrami in Chicago.
This is what I'll take away. I'll be there.
You know, my friend Becky Buller, who is another incredible musician and singer. She is a pimento cheese person, and so everywhere she goes, she finds out where the best pimento cheese in town is.
Oh my gosh!
And she keeps a list. You know,
that's hilarious.
So you need, it's when you're out on the road, you need to find ways to have fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And experience, because think of how wonderful it is to be able to travel our country and go to different towns and experience what you're doing.
Yeah.
And don't forget to look at the flowers while you're out there, okay?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times we get so busy that we forget to pay attention to where we are and what's going on, and then the special things that happen in those parts of our country that don't happen around here.
Yeah.
So, well, I just can't thank you enough for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
It was an absolute joy for me to see you then and see you now, and I just think nobody deserves it more.
Oh, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you.
Well, we love you too. Obviously, the whole country does.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
Okay. Sweetheart.
Yep.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Always.
And good luck in the future, and know that you've got support and friends.
Thank you.
Okay? Folks, thanks for watching. I don't know when we'll be able to have one this good again, but we'll try. We'll see you next time on Melodies Wrapped Around Life.
For information regarding It's a Matter of Music's catalog and songs written by John Gray, contact John at 931-581-5238 or John Gray at pheadtv.com.